Yeah, it's a good looking plane. Good morning. Good morning. May 15th, middle of May, 2022. Right? 2022. I'm here in Oakland. If any of you are in front of your sim and you want to fly with me, feel free to jump into Oakland on VATSIM. I'm also, I don't think the multiplayer's turned on right now, though. So there's that. But I'm excited. It's going to be a little bit before we get to our approach, but I think this approach is kind of a hidden gem that I just haven't seen a lot of ever. So we're going again to Medford from Oakland in the PMDG 737-700. And then if time permits, I may jump on one airport as a ground and clearance delivery controller. So you've never seen this one before? I didn't think anyone had ever seen this one before. The activation servers were acting up yesterday, so waited until today. Okay. I think you're going to enjoy it. I really do. Yep. I have a strong belief that you're going to enjoy it. Again, Oakland. You know what I may do? I may fly this plane around and keep it in the same, start in the same position where I left it. So I went from Burbank to Oakland, and now I'm going from Oakland to Medford. So potentially the next flight will be from Medford to, I don't know, Seattle or something. And then over to Glacier Park, I'm thinking. We'll see. Today we're going to do a route of Oakland to MFR. And hello to Average Gamer 1995. Aquafunkalistic Booty Wap is here. OC Rock, Dogo Docta, or Dogo DR, whatever your preference is. You can call him D Money. No, you can't. D Man? No. Dogo. Cajun Cacti also here, of course. With the streams I watched yesterday, I know I'll enjoy it. Yeah. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Good morning, Scotty P. Phoenix A320 apparently is due shortly. I think I'm hoping that we'll see some streams on that from some of the people who are allowed to stream it, the Phoenix. The price was released, I believe, yesterday. It's going to be £50. So I don't know what the current currency conversion rate is for dollar to pound, but it seems like it's going to be from what I can see, it's going to be a very high quality product for less than $65-70. But yeah. Good morning, Scotty. All right, let's go to departures. We're going to be doing the Hush 2. We just make sure there's no controllers online. I don't think there are at the moment. No. But we are connected. All right, so Hush 2 with the grateful transition on runway 30. And then we're going to put in, let's see, yeah, go back here to MFR. We're going to do, again, this is a beautiful approach that I'm not sure if you've seen this before, but it's the RNAV 3-2. And let's make sure we do this correctly here. So you got the RNAV B14, RNAV Y14, RNAV, I believe it's that one, RNAV B32. I'll double check that though. I don't see an RNAV D. Oh yeah, I do. I see an RNAV GPSD, so I think it is that one. That's interesting. It's got some different approaches here. Let's go back. I'm going to choose. Try just the RNAV 3.2 and see what happens. So yeah, there we go. Zunus transition, that's what we want. All right. So we're going to activate on that, execute. So again, we're doing the Hush 2 departure out of Oakland, California, Grateful transition, which I believe is for the Grateful Dead. Is it going to be $61 converted? Awesome. Yeah, that's a plane that I'll get. I'm going to bring Zunus up here to the top. And then we're going to go over to the init ref page. Actually, we'll go to fuel. FS actions, fuel. We're going to set it at 1/3 fuel. Looks good. Go to the init page. 0 fuel weight, 121.7. Reserves of 2. Cost index of 40. Flight level today is 320. Execute that, and 1 limit. D-rate. Flaps 5 out of Oakland. V1. There's the CG percentage, 6.79. All right. Alexa said 61. Oh, okay, that's something I haven't done with Alexa before, the currency conversion. So that's handy to know, because you know we're always dealing in foreign currencies. All right, there's 6. I think that's 6.67. Oh, it's 6.79. That's pretty close. V1 127, VR 130, V2 138. All right, I think we're good on that page. Let's go to the overhead here. Yaw damper can come on. IRS alignment already in play. We're going to do window heat. Hydraulic A's off, B's on. Set our pressurization to 320. And landing altitude at Medford. What's the altitude here of Medford? Elevation at Medford is 1335. Put our fuel pumps on. And let's start the APU. Any of you want to fly on VATSIM for your first time? You got your VATSIM ID, you've got your client all set up, but you haven't been online yet because you're nervous. I'll tell you what, if I get on ground and delivery, you can practice clearances and taxi instructions, the whole 9 yards. Hopefully we can bring up a tower controller or approach or center, but I need to get back with it because if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it skill-wise. And of course, my goal is to, in the near future, get certified to be ground and delivery at Salt Lake City, and then start my tower training. My tower would then be off, the minor fields in ZLC, and then eventually, oh baby, Salt Lake Tower. That would be cool. All right, APU. Let's do APU gen. Let's do APU lead. Let's set our seat belts, passenger signs. Come down here and we're going to squawk 2000. I have a feeling you directly directed that comment at me. No, no, no. I wasn't even thinking of you. But it's nice though that you've volunteered to give me traffic. This is a brand new plane, Fastio Testarossa. It's brand new, never been seen before. All right, that's all looking handy dandy. I guess ground power. Let's close up shop here. So we're going to remove the stairs and our external power. Menu, FS actions, ground services, remove chocks, disconnecting ground power. Everything should start to wrap up and drive away. I'm hoping. So I went and got some new beans, fresh whole beans for grinding for my pour over coffee. And I went to this shop, this specialty shop, right? And they had this ridiculously expensive Colombian coffee. It was like $30 for 8 ounces of beans. And I'm like, oh. And then they had this Ethiopian, Ethiopian specialty coffee that was 12 ounces for $25. So I'm like, okay, I can get 12 ounces of Ethiopian for 25, or I can get 8 ounces of this special Colombian for 30, right? So today's first brew with the Ethiopian, I think it's called Guji or something, pour over situation. I'm telling you right now, this Ethiopian coffee is not good at all. It's really not. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to buy it again. I'm going off of Ethiopian for a while. Well, go figure. Hello, off-scale descent. Good day, sir. All right. I think that's all set up. Let's set our anti-collision light. I think today we're going to do... I've got a couple of choices. I think I'm going to try this pushback today. But I think we're going to do it manual.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
I don't know if any of you have had good Ethiopian, but this is not a good batch. And it was quite pricey, $25 for 12 ounces. About 22 cups, I think.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and
But
all ground equipment is
I'm continuing to sip it.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Hoping that I'll acquire a taste, but I don't think so. Oh, he's lifting it up. There we go. California Livery has a Russian bear and the red star. Are they saying something? Yeah, I know it's from the state flag. Yeah, I seem to recall sometime in the past, I read the significance of that. They do have quite the... Well, they got the Russian River, too, which actually the Russian River in California has some vineyards near it that produce some mighty fine wine. Melvin Leroy, good morning. All right, let's try reverse and see what happens here.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We are cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake. Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
Okay, that pushback's working well today. This is not the PMDG pushback, though I am learning more about that. Cross the T, dot the I, all that good stuff. Alright, I think I can... I'm good from there. You found a Hillwood livery. I will be using this plane. Been seeing these Hillwood planes IRL. I've never even seen a Hillwood. Or sorry, a Hillwood. What airline is that? Hotchmania, how you doing, sir? Good morning.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake. Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft. Ground. You may disconnect.
It's owned by Ross Perot.
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay.
Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side.
Have
a good
have the sim installed again, doing a little dabble here and there. Scotty, if you want to go over the camera situation, I'm available at your beck and call for giving you a little tutorial. If you want to, you could come on Discord, and I could kind of walk you through what I do. But maybe you've already got a handle on it. I don't know. All right, back in here. Let's go packs off. And let's go turn the pumps back on. Let's go start number 2. If you're missing the display down here below, guys, just come up here to the MFD and press the ENG button. You can also change it to other system metrics, but I sometimes find myself missing that. It's just turned off for whatever reason. All right, adding fuel. I already have it. Yeah, I got the Southwest Illinois 1 livery, and I also got the Louisiana livery. I don't know what you call it, the Pelican maybe livery. And it seemed like there was one other. I'm waiting for Shamu though. I kind of want Shamu. I don't know if that's available yet. But I did pick up the Illinois one and the Louisiana. And it seems like there was one other one besides this one. All right, we got good start there. Let's go number 1. Waiting for the N2 here to hit 23-ish. And then adding fuel. Now, I have a question for you, off-skid descent. They have Shamu on the website. I'm still waiting for the New Jersey one. They do have the Shamu. Okay, I need to go get that. No, I have not paid for any of these liveries. The Blob. Welcome to the John Fly stream. I have not paid for any of them. They're all free on the flightsim.to website. You can donate to flightsim.to, and also I highly encourage that you turn off your ad blocker, just to give them a little extra advertising revenue so they can continue to do the amazing work that they do. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I changed the position of my microphone. It used to block my face a lot more, and we repositioned it so now you can see my ugly mug more often. All right, engine gens coming on. Packs coming back on. APU bleed coming off. What? I've never seen that before. I'm assuming I'm still live. I think this is a... You got the same error in your sim? Okay. Interesting. Alright, well thanks for letting me know about that. I'm going to turn on my probe heat. I'm going to turn on my taxi light. I'm going to switch my... Well, you probably should switch your engine to continuous at the runway, huh? This looks like an OSD stream. I get that all the time. Could be. Could be. Alright, APU off. Yaw damper. Oh, there we go. Oh. Connection lost again. That's weird. Alright, arm the LNAV and the VNAV. They won't arm yet. Oh, that's why field director's on. We're going to go RTO on the auto brake. Let's see if my flap lever is handling. Nope. The thrust master. It jumps, it skips. There we go, flaps 5. Successfully connected, it says. Okay. Now we'll do LNAV, VNAV. Set that. The yaw damper kicks off all the time IRL. It is magnetically held on. Any power surge often kicks it off. Oh, so they're doing an accurate simulation. So, for example, if I switch from APU gen to engine gen, is that a realistic moment that yaw damper could kick off? That's pretty cool. All right, I think I'm ready for taxi. So I'm going to bring up the... Let's try out my new Navigraph scene here. And I'm going to... Not quite sure why I'm not geolocated. Because normally I'm geolocated. And I don't know why I'm not. Maybe Navigraph is not talking. That's the nav data center. You have to click the... I've never... It's always been like by default. Okay, that's good to know. There we go. Thank you, average gamer. Top right click it. There you go. Thank you. Nothing saying... Not saying it happens often, but power surges do kick those off. Okay. Alright, so it's a very simple taxi. We're going to come out the terminal here and go onto Sierra. We'll turn left or right on Tango, depending on how we feel. And then we'll continue taxi down Whiskey to runway 30. You shot a Cat 3 approach here IRL to runway 30 and went missed because we couldn't see the runway at 50 mins. We then landed in the clear to runway 28 right. I don't understand. I thought the other day you said that you had never done a Cat 3. So now I'm confused. Alright. Spooling up. Parking brake coming off. I've landed 28 right in the real world in a Piper. I landed, in fact, the 30 hours training out of Oakland, and I landed 28 right and left. Yeah. Oh, you were an FO on that flight? Awesome. Oh crap. That's the downside to the Navigraph chart screen, huh? Iowa Scotsman. How you doing, Ron? So if they just bring the Lear 35 and the T38 into the sim, I can be done with P3D? Yeah, I should have marked the date that I was done with P3D, because it was a long time ago. And I really do... I miss the 777. I will say that. I don't miss the 7.4 for some reason, because It seems like I have a 7.4 that I'm okay with, the salty 747, but it's nowhere near as good as the PMDG 777. But I don't miss the T7 as much in P3D I don't miss the 7.4 Queen as much as I do the 777. And I don't miss the lack of scenery on P3D, and I do not miss the amount of money that I used to spend on P3D. It's ridiculous how much money I've spent on that sim. Yeah, it's pretty good default scenery, although I don't think these trees are accurate. But I could be wrong. Maybe they are there. But the last time I flew into Oakland, this was kind of a flat area with no trees. But and trees wouldn't trees attract birds? In due time, the 747, the 777 will be in MSFS. Yeah. Yep, as well as the MAX. And then you guys heard the news. This is the crazy part of news lately, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe FS Labs, the premier Airbus developer that we all love for ransomware or malware, they announced that they're in the middle of development of an Airbus A330 for P3D. An A330 for P3D. Why? Why? Unless you're going for the professional market. And then maybe the professional market, maybe P3D is still a solid choice for the professional market. I don't know. And maybe FS Labs has more commercial revenue. Why not? It's because the future is on this platform and it's not on P3D. If they want to get the simmers, not the casual to hardcore simmers, not the commercial clients. Yeah, you definitely do not want. It's the same reason that PMDG is not developing for P3D any longer. Oh, okay. You scared me. I thought you were serious. But yeah, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Switch to continuous. Strobe and steady. I was like, what? Just because the T-38s and the Lear-35 are enjoyable on that platform doesn't mean you need to encourage Airbus activity on a dying platform for entertainment simmers. They do plan on bringing their line over to MSFS as well, but yeah, that was surprising. Well, it's like there's a lot of difference between P3D and this sim, so why not have your efforts here? But again, it could be that I don't blame them if it's that commercial aspect. You know what's interesting? You know what's really, really interesting, guys? Is normally I have the auto brake disarm lit up on RTO when I don't have the auto throttle armed. And this time, I don't think it was there. If I turn the auto throttle off, I'm not getting it. Well, let's see. Yeah, it goes away. It was staying there before last weekend until I turned on the auto throttle. Interesting. Okay. Let's go to the legs page. All right, we ready for takeoff? All right, let's check. Tower's giving us a ride. I'm just going to quickly check VATSIM. Nope, too early for California controllers to be online. That switch is really finicky IRL. I have to reset the auto brake 2 to 3 times to get that light to go out. Okay. Again, realism. It's like, well done, PMDG. Parking brake, hello. I just released the parking brake right as you said parking brake, hello. How serendipitous is that? Again, I need. Has anyone flown out of Oakland real world lately? Are there really trees? I guess I could look on Google Earth, but 10,400 feet remaining. Completely off the subject. Fly-by-wire is it automatically updated? No, it's not. I run the little installer program every once in a while just to see what the latest version is, and it's not. So yeah, you have to run the updater. It says updating but never finishes. Any assistance is appreciated. Are you using the community updater, Cajun, or are you using the specific just to the 320 updater? If you either way, I would say uninstall the updater, reboot your computer, reinstall the updater. Yeah. John Fly, it won't be realistic until they randomly model those plastic switch caps to be randomly missing on the overhead panel. I actually think we could introduce a mod, and we could sell that mod for $1.99. And I'm going to call it the Missing Caps mod. Is that a catchy name? Missing Caps mod. $1.99. Today on sale for $1.79. They missed the boat by, I think FS Labs kind of missed the boat by not porting their planes over sooner, especially if the Phoenix is as good as it's expected to be. I would 100% agree with that, Iowa Scotsman. Again, I don't know their demographic. I don't know if what percentage of their revenue is us home simmers versus the market. All right, engine volume going up. Here we go. The real 737 experience. There you go. I'm going to click the hidden screw that you guys can't see. Oh, yeah, you can. Here we go. Hidden screw. Toga. Gear coming up. I'm going to hand fly this. Pretty good graphics. I used to live right there, over there on Alameda Island. In fact, I can see my house. I used to live in a condo right over there, near the tunnel to downtown Oakland. Yep. All right, there's the Golden Gate Bridge. Flaps are clean. I'm gonna switch to Command A, and because we were flying the flight director so accurately. When I switched on the autopilot, the plane just said, "I'm going to continue doing what you were doing," and now it's making that turn at hush. There's the Bay Bridge. Bay Bridge right there. I used to hate the Bay Bridge. I think tolls should be illegal. Just taken out of our registration fees. Let's stop traffic every day and have someone just collect the money. I think this is called Angel Island, right? Is that Angel Island? Right there in the middle. Of course, you have Alcatraz right over there. Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf. I did not realize that the Hush departure took you right over downtown San Francisco. That's kind of cool. Over there is Olympic Park Golf Course. Of course, we got to think about that. Coit Tower, I see. All right, we're at 8,700 climbing, making the turn at night. There's the golf course emote. When do you engage autopilot when you're doing a flight IRL? Did he just say he's... No, he hasn't answered yet. When do you engage autopilot when you're doing a flight IRL? I think it would vary for Chuck, but I would say that he probably hand flies more often than most. Yeah. You've never been to San Fran, Scotty? Well, let's take your plane and land it at San Francisco. We'll do a circle to land at San Francisco. Okay, I kind of recognize that right there. If you want to know, that is the racetrack that is just north of Berkeley. I can't remember the name of it though, but it's a horse racetrack right there on the bay. And then right back there is the Berkeley Marina. I used to windsurf there, and I tell you what, I've never been in more pain in my life than after a day of windsurfing. That ripped me apart. 10,000 feet. I'm going to do this at 10,000 feet. Lights are coming off. And continuous power coming off. Oh, one thing I forgot to do was set my altimeter to 299 or 7. But in 4,000 feet, we're going to set it to standard. So as you can see, and I'll relay a real life story to you. This last couple of days, I've been away at a company meeting at a hotel up in the mountains. Gorgeous hotel, just absolutely gorgeous hotel. But anyway, one of the people that I happened to run into at the hotel was a Delta pilot, and he was a friend of a friend, and I was asking him about, as we simmers do, we often ask pilots questions about flights, etc., this, that, and the other. And I told him how I fly a plane, and he goes, he goes, my favorite plane is the Boeing 757, but recently I've switched to Airbus. I'm doing 19s, 20s, 21s, and I'm about to do 330s. And he said, with your simulation, do you guys have the ability to go into the different modes to override to go into the abnormal modes, to offset the plane's automatic correction of various angles, etc.? And I said, you betcha that they do. We can simulate that. I know I've simulated that with the Flight Factor 320. I don't know if the Tolus had that ability. I think it did, to override the automated corrections of flight attitude, etc. And then he says, how is the LNAV and VNAV? And I said, you just hit the nail on the head. That's the question that we simmers judge a plane by, is how well it follows LNAV and VNAV. And he was like, oh, that's cool. That's impressive that you guys are, treating it like the real thing. Can you do a monitor view and still use the cockpit, etc.? I can't figure out how to. A monitor view. What do you mean by a monitor view? Like an outside view like this, and then still control stuff inside the cockpit? Or are you trying to get a... Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by the monitor view. What a gorgeous plane. Are any of you having any crash to desktops? Meaning, you don't even get an error, you just all of a sudden Microsoft Flight Simulator is gone, like completely gone, and you're staring at your desktop. Drone view? Yeah, okay, so the drone view, yeah, you can't control the aircraft. You have both Black Diamond and Scotty P? Only when I download something and it's not compatible with SU9? Because I had that the other day. It just didn't even, pause or whatever. It just went boop and was gone. They're getting, in the sim during flight, are getting more rare. Yeah, I had one just as I was about to hit my cruise of 320. All of a sudden, boop, and it was gone. So I wasn't sure what to blame it on, and I was thinking about removing some community plugins, but I didn't. But it seems to be solid right now. All right, 230 on the flight level. We can clean up the aircraft. And we can go to off on the auto brake. Like I stream and I like to have just a wing view in my second monitor, but still being able to control the cockpit in monitor 1. How do I do this? Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I'm getting an offline message, and that streaming imagery is not available. Internet is fine. Hope you're getting ortho for your entire flight. Tylenol. At the beginning of this stream, I was getting the message that says your internet connection is gone. Would you like to switch to offline? And I kept saying no, I won't switch, and then eventually it restored. I think I did turn off photogrammetry though, just for some testing, but it's looking pretty good down there, I think. And I also need to figure out why my streams, when I go look at the VOD, there's a little bit of graininess, even though my bit rate is high on the stream. I don't know. It seems like it's weird. I think my photogrammetry is off right now. Let's check. I hate to do this in cruise, but general options, graphics. Where's photogrammetry? Is that in data? Yeah, photogrammetry off. Bing data world graphics on. I think I did that to do some frame rate testing. Hope they have an update where you can soon. I do like wing views, so it feels like you're a passenger on the flight. Yeah. That's a good question, Scotty P. What's the difference between the Bing data and the photogrammetry? I think the photogrammetry might be more related to buildings, or is it just ortho overall? I'm not sure, because as you can see, when we took off around San Francisco, we had landmarks and cities and everything looked really good, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that. But it seemed like it gave me a few extra frames when I turned it off, but I'll probably turn it back on for testing purposes, but not in the middle of the flight. And you can do a wing view like that. Let's see. I did a wing view accidentally the other day. Yeah, there we go. All right, almost up to our cruise. You want to have that on your second monitor? And then capture that second monitor on the stream or something? Okay. Yeah, I know I used to be able to do that in P3D, huh? You could even have a second view of a totally different situation back in the day. I think we also had that in FSX. All right, we're 1,000 feet from top. I'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs off. Switch the seatbelts to auto. Pressurization looks happy. Our progress here page, we've got 108 miles to the top of descent, so shan't be too long. Picture in picture. Yeah, the picture in picture is what I used to do on the FSX and P3D, I thought. But that was it really taxed your CPU or GPU, but I'm telling you right now, this approach is one of the coolest approaches around. I've got to figure out what time of day, though, it's going to look best, and if I want to manipulate the time of day. I flew from Philly to MYR last night. I do not understand the second part of that question, or that second part of that statement. I did get a package in the mail, and I think it's time to open it. Why not, right? We got time. We're in cruise. I don't understand that still. How do you forget to do that? How do you, and I think we all have to take a shot if you use the word stream again. I'm gonna try to open this, and then I'll show you what's inside. This particular package I've been waiting 2 months for, and it came from Germany. Just got to make sure I don't dox myself here. So here we go. You know, you got packing newspaper, right? But the cool thing about this packing newspaper is that it's in German. And so my daughter speaks fluent German, so I'm going to have to give it to her just for kicks and giggles. But Apfeldier Spätzlepilz Dominata. Harzer Krauterheiser. Anyway, I'm going to have to save this for her. Because it's not every day that you get German packing newspaper. Pretty cool. Okay, here's the package. More German packing newspaper, which is good. Very well wrapped. No one has an idea of what this could possibly be, do they? No, you have no clue. What's one of my other hobbies, though? For those that know me. Or... Imagine if I cut myself live on stream. That would not be fun. All right, here we go. That ham or beer, exactly. Well, in this case, oh, look at that. That's a nice little touch. Mini Dinos gummy bears from Germany. And a note saying, Vielen Dank für Ihr Geduld. Thank you for your patience. I gotta figure out how to say that. Vielen Dank für Ihr Geduld. I'm saying that I are wrong, but anyway. Nice touch. All right, we got a little, oh, he's even serial numbered it. Got a little Velcro strap here. Kind of cool. Oh. This is the Bama Key TP3. You know what it is yet? Let's open it up. I'm so excited for this. This thing took, like I say, it took 2 months to get here. Yep. Oh, it's beautiful. It's magnetic too. Oh, this isn't magnetic. So yeah, I can send Morse code with this little paddle. Dot, dit, dot, 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 dit, dot, dot, dot. This thing is beautiful. Anyway, I just had to share that with you because I'm super excited to go out in the field and use this. I do have to, they give you an Allen wrench, and I have to make some adjustments to the resistance, etc. And I haven't figured out how to do that yet because there are 4 different places to change the resistance. But maybe out of the box it'll just feel good. But I'm excited. Simple pleasures, right? All right. Top of descent in 46 miles. You know, you really like something when you wrap it back up and it's fine. Wrapper. Yep. I gotta go play with that. I think I'm gonna play with that this afternoon at my dad's house on an antenna that I'm gonna put between the trees. I don't know what this is for. I think it's just probably decoration. But I'm excited for that one. Come back to Phoenix. You owe me a redo. I totally do owe you a redo. We could have had so much fun out there at Lost Dutchman. One simple crescent wrench would have saved the day. But I will tell you this. I think you saved that one guy's day, and I think you saved his life. You know the guy who I'm talking about that ran into us? I literally think you saved his life. Because, man, he was dehydrated beyond. All right, I'm going to reset my MCP. And we'll go over here to remind me to take it off the chart diagram. But if I close up here and I go to change the approach at MFR and I choose RNAV runway 32 by Zunis, and then we overlay that chart, this is what we're going to do. And this is why this approach is so beautiful, is look what it does. So here's the Zunis waypoint down here at the bottom, right? You come in and you do this nice curve through all of this terrain. So you've got mountains on both sides of you as you do this approach. And then you come down and then you do a slight right turn to land on runway 32. It's a really cool approach into Medford, Oregon. Rogue Valley International. I wonder if that's where Rogue Brewery is from. Anyone feel like Googling if Rogue Brewery is from Rogue Valley? It very well could be, because they make a hazelnut brown ale that's amazing. And Dead Guy Ale is also Rogue, isn't it? We like the Dead Guy Ale. Anyway, so you can see we're here. We want to descend down to 2600 here at Kunba. And then I think we'll hand fly it the last 3 or 4 miles in, maybe. So I'm going to reset the MCP to 2600. Missed approach is climb to 9000. On track 323 to Suru, right turn to Toln. Then on track 027 to Cutter and hold. Continue climb and hold to 9000. I wonder if that is in here. Look at that. That is so cool. That's the sign of a great plane, is you've got runway 32, right? And then you've got the missed approach. Suru, these different points in space, Tolnik, and then the hold at Cutter. I mean, that is just, you feel so confident going missed. Fly the published missed approach is what they'll say. Sometimes they just give you vectors. But in the case of Medford, I don't think they're going to give you vectors to re-enter the pattern. I want to say Dead Guy is from east of the mountains in Bend. Okay. Could be. You are correct. Website says Newport, Oregon. Oh, okay, cool. We got a subscribe. We got a subscribe.
Happy Sunday.
Dang Driver, it's good to see you. This whip around is brought to you by Dang Driver. Thank you, Dang Driver, for this 57 months. Your 5-year loan on John Fly payment is about to come to fruition. Happy Sunday to you. Newport is on the coast. Oh, okay. So it's not the same area. The question is, how would you compare this with the Zebo besides the sim? Yeah, this is better. But then it's hard to not separate it from the sim though, because the sim is part of the experience. And so, but let's just be hypothetical here and say that if you gave me this plane and the Zebo and no scenery whatsoever, all you did was fly instruments, yeah, this is still better. The Zebo's got a better price. The Zebo's fantastic. We love the Zebo. But I'm not going to be flying the Zebo for a long time. Just because if I want to fly a Boeing and I want scenery, I want water, I want clouds, I want solid, systems. I mean, this is king right now. But if you know, I think I am going to fly the Challenger here pretty soon just to get back into X-Plane. Just a little, tiny little bit. And then, of course, the Phoenix will come out, and then I'll abandon X-Plane again. No. Black Diamond, it's not going to be 50. It'll be 61. It'll be 50 pounds, which is 61 American dollars, just FYI. Which is a great price. I mean, if you think about it, how much was the FS Labs? How much was the PMDG back on for P3D? Yeah. Yep. About 60, 61, depending. I think when you use a credit card, you get the nice currency conversion rate, so it'd probably be 61 today right now. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the streams. Maybe Chewy's going to stream the Phoenix. Who else do you think should stream the Phoenix? Maybe Fabio will also get a nod. I would love to see Aviator 1996 to give us a pre-release stream of the Phoenix. Absolutely. And this is in spite of his love of the Mad Dog and the MD line of aircraft. Felix, who's Felix? Is that the 747? Yeah. You know, one thing I didn't realize, Austin, is that I didn't realize that you're the ATM over there. I didn't know that. How do you have time for all these things? All right, we got to reset MCP altitude, and we started our descent, right? No, we have not. I forgot to reset it. I was chit-chatting too much. So we're going down to 26. Are we past the top of descent? We are. Buffer alert. Yeah, vertical deviation. All right, we're going to do a level change. And we're going to set that speed. Why was my speed so low? None of you guys told me. I'll just send it 280. DMB Bird.
Oh, snack.
DMB Bird for the 64th month in a row of subscribing with the O snack. How you doing, sir? What is new? What's shaking? Thank you for the long-term support. MD Baby says Dogo. Scotty P did a flight to Flagstaff and MSFS to see how it would be real world next week. Who's in your right seat, Scotty P? Your buddy? Who's in the back seat? Do you have weight? Do you have room? T-Bird, today's your 1-year anniversary of retirement. Have you had a good first year of retirement? Have there been times where you're like, man, I wish I had something to do? Like, you probably kept yourself busy, but was that day-to-day work thing ever, man, I kind of miss it. Got my imagery back, had to go into data settings and turn Bing imagery back on. Okay, yeah, you saw mine was on and the photogrammetry off. I would like to be where you are, T-Bird, to be honest. Just you, Scotty P, on a long cross. How long is that flight? And are you doing it? Are you doing it on the weekend? It's 50 minutes? Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, you got to do it now before it's too hot, right? That flight in August would be death, wouldn't it? Potentially. All right, I wonder what our deviation is now. We're still 4,000. As you can see here, the vertical deviation, 4,000 high. So we might have to do a circle. Totally love not being on someone else's schedule. Yeah, I'd like to be there. I didn't win Powerball the other day either. Speaking of retirement, my investment portfolio needs a freshie. Yeah. I actually did make a little bit of money on a stock called Plug recently. A friend of mine was convinced that it was going to go up, and you just never know if something's going to go up or down. No one knows, except for illegal insider trading. But he was convinced, based on a lot of parameters, that this particular stock was going to go up. And I just, in my head, I thought, if he thinks it's going to go up, I'm gonna go ahead and put an option in that it goes down. So I bought a couple put options, way out of the money, and I ended up making 230% return on that within 3 weeks. And sure enough, it just plummeted. But that one success does not mirror the failures that I've had in the last 6 months of guessing wrong. So that's the key here, guys, is never bet on something going up or down. Always play the iron condor or sell options instead of buy them. Back to the, what's his name? The who's not been in the stream for a long time, and I'm going to have to put him in timeout. Iron Condor Simulations. He needs to make a reappearance and teach us the beauty of true finance, right? I am on year 6 and do not miss my past job at all. Still planning to keep me busy. I imagine my Twitch schedule would probably increase dramatically if I was suddenly retired. I think it would. Shorting anything over the past month has worked pretty well. Yeah, except for there's been a few moments where shorting was not a good idea because some outlier popped. But the general market, yeah. What you up to? That's a lot. If we bought a house with 7 rooms, you could have your own room for shoes. We might even call it the shoe room. I think you have more than 30. Okay, we're going to count how many shoes my wife has. My government funds aren't terrible. I'm investing in one of the L funds. I'm not sure what it is, but I've had decent growth. Yeah, you just let it sit it and forget it. All right, we're making the turn. Let's turn on let's resync our altimeter. It's 3000. Should have done this a long time ago. Come on. I can't find the click spot sometimes. There we go. 22 pairs of shoes is all? Man, you are so not high maintenance. How many have you thrown away this year, though? Or given away? Okay. Change my range. Open. We're still high on the deviation. I think I'm going to go on vectors for a moment. Vectors for descent. So I'm going to swing this heading. I'm going to fly off to the right here for a little bit. And we're going to do a vertical speed. And we're going to go down at 2,500. 27. That's fine. Just going to go off the path just a little bit here to get down. Because it was my fault that I didn't miss the... you don't have your anti-collision light on. I think for cruise you have that off, but you're right, we're landing, so we should have that on maybe. Let's just turn everything on. All right. You guys can't see it off screen, but I'm using that little Axair autopilot module, and I'm just rotating the heading knob just to go around. Guys like me are happy with 3 or 4 pair without holes. Yeah, I think I have maybe 6 pairs right now. Yep, that's right, girl. You know what? I think I am going to adjust this time of day slightly. Your realism could be maybe 8 a.m.'s okay. All right, never mind. Keep it real. Okay, we're going to keep that turn coming around. I'm going to shallow out my vertical speed here. The plane's just responding exactly what I wanted to do. Let's go direct to Nigi or Nige. Is it Nige or Niggy? N-I-G-E-E. And we're going to do a speed intervene here. 210 knots. Describe PMDG 737 in 5 words. Go. Cool, 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 cool. You didn't say 5 different words. All right, now we're going to select our approach speed. We'll do flaps 40, speed 133. And you guys enjoy this approach because this is a really cool approach. Are you doing another flight? Where to where? That's a question, whether or not I do another flight or if I switch over to controlling on VATSIM. That's the question. Should I let it handle my speed? 210. Yeah, let's let it handle my speed. And as you can see here, it needs to be at or above 7,400 at Nike. Beautiful. Which mountain is that over there? Is that Shasta? Or I don't know what it is. There's a bunch of them. All right, this is really cool. We're gonna turn down and fly down in this valley. This is a really cool approach. How's the FPS on 737 versus P3D? It's been so long since I've flown in P3D, I really can't tell you what you know. Obviously, I think if you turn the settings on high, you know, your FPS is probably low on both, and it's just a matter of tweaking those settings. But there really is no comparison for me. I don't care if P3D has 1,000 frames right now. I'm not installing it. I think right now I'm probably getting 60 frames. Let's check, John. Okay, 47, 48 frames right now, which is totally acceptable. But again, I'm on a completely different scenario than I've ever been. I'm on a 48-inch 4K TV, streaming, and I'm still getting amazing frames. Here we are going down the valley. I love it. Yeah, I can show you my settings after I land. And DMB Bird, if I was to do another flight, it would probably be Medford to maybe Seattle. Or how far away is Portland from here? Probably Seattle. I don't know. I have to look at it. But again, I probably should go over and practice some ground. Does anyone want to load up at Missoula and take your first clearance on VATSIM and taxi to the runway? You want to do it, don't you? I need traffic. That's the inhibitor to training is not getting traffic. Scotty Bob 64. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you as well. Hope you are doing well on this fine Sunday, sir. We're just doing an approach here into Medford. Look at the graphics. Golf course. Little bit of a frame bump there. DMB Bird got it. Golf course, baby. What a cool approach. D-Money's 327. I did an unboxing of ham radio equipment earlier. You missed it. Can I fly a 737 out of Missoula? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely for sure. I don't have it set up all for VATSIM. It would take a while to set up, and I'm going to upload PMDG instead. Okay, no problem. Well, if anyone else can get on Missoula, I might just switch over there to ground for a little bit. I mean, I could do another flight though also. I just can't uninstall P3D. You got to still have it for the 717 whenever I have the urge to fly it. Yeah, the TFDI, right? When was the last time you flew it, Ron? Yard work, huh? Well, D-Monies, I tell you what, Right Girl said something amazing the other day. You know what she told me? She said, if we're looking at all this real estate around here trying to find a little bit bigger of a situation. She's like, maybe we should just move to Texas. That's what she said. I'm like, what? Where's that coming from? I concur. Yes. All right, we're a little bit fast on the speed, so unfortunately I gotta do the lever of shame. Let's see if I can toggle it this way. Nope, I can't. Okay. I'm going to Command A it. Okay, so I have control. Another golf course. Pitch up to get a little speed off. There we go. Now we're a little bit high. And we're a little bit fast. Maybe we should do the mist. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a long landing here, just to bleed off the speed. Reversers in. Yeah, normally I would not suggest coming in that fast, but there was a little bit of butter on that French toast. Explains the lack of a car. Gotta get her down, yeah. Yeah, auto brakes weren't set. You're true on that. And the brakes weren't hot. I used reversers this time. Normally is where you start kicking on your APU, etc. But that wasn't too bad given my high speed. Waco is all the rage right now. I know. Those bugs. I mean, you can have bugs as pets down there. They're so large. You can put those bugs on leashes, right? Yeah, the fact that we forgot to set our auto brake, and I guess sometimes people don't, on purpose, do not set the auto brake. I have heard of that. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't, but it's the kind of thing that you should at least check to see in your mind if you want to have it in in set for, and then which number. But in our case, I just completely forgot. So that's on me. How am I supposed to line up for that gate? That's a weird one. Oh, they just informed me the gate's broken. Wasn't too bad. Funny, you're talking about finding more land for antennas. I'm contemplating taking one down. What? Why? Why? Not your commander, I'm hoping. Lightning storms still make me too nervous. Yeah, you just need you have good resistors in place though, don't you? Or arresters? I thought you had some good arresters in place. What you need to do is just have a piece of piece of coax, right? You put the barrel connector on, and you have that barrel connector out in the yard somewhere, and then whenever there's lightning, you just go out there and just unscrew the barrel connector, and you're in. So what if your antenna gets hit? If it's not connected to the radio, it's not gonna probably just go right into the ground, wouldn't it? But yeah. I mean, I have a radio right now that's on a vertical antenna south of me at a friend's house, and I do worry about lightning. It's the 2/70 antenna by the house, though. It's grounded well, but it's by the house, and I don't use it much. Oh, yeah, 2 meter, 70 centimeter, the boring bands. I get you. Just put the antenna on your truck and then do a crossband repeat to your truck. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up Missoula ground because I don't know. Just damn. I don't know if I'll get any traffic, so we may just sit around and... Oh, crap, I forgot about settings. Let's go to... Can I see settings in here? Yeah, I can. General options. All right, what did you want to look at? Did you want to look at the graphics? We'll take a look. There's the graphics. We got display mode windowed. I'm running 2K resolution on a 4K monitor. Windowed. Render scaling 100. VSync off. Yeah, DX. I'd like to go to DX12 and see what happens, but I'm not on that at present. Global rendering quality custom. Anti-aliasing TAA. Terrain level of detail LOD 100. and then low on off-screen terrain pre-caching, high on vector data, buildings, medium, trees, medium, grass, everything medium, down to object level of details 100. Yeah, nothing crazy. In fact, these are kind of low settings, right? But the fact that I'm streaming and the fact that I am on a rather large 48-inch TV, 4K TV, OLED by LG C1. I don't want to go any higher. I'm fine with what it looks like right now. Anxiotropic, 16, all that good stuff. I do have bloom off, depth of field off, motion blur off, lens correction off, lens flare off, glass cockpit refresh rate, medium. And then under data, I've got online functionality, yes. Bing World Data Graphics on, yes. Photogrammetry, which I don't understand what it is. It says stream photorealistic 3D buildings in supported areas. So photorealistic 3D buildings. Maybe I should turn that back on. I don't know. My rendering resolution. Do you mean for the stream? I've got on OBS. I've got the obviously I'm streaming at 1920 by 1080, but the canvas size, I don't know if that's what you're referring to or not, but I believe the canvas size is 4K. Oh, in graphics? Let me take a look in graphics. When you are not streaming, do you bump this to ultra with decent? It's very, very rare, Exponent, that I fly without streaming. It's very rare. So no, I don't change them. I just leave it the same first, because like I say, 9 times out of 10, if I'm flying, I'm streaming. The only time that I'm not flying and streaming is when I'm testing something prior to streaming it. And I've got to keep it at the same settings so I have the same frame rate situation for the stream. So yeah, I'm okay. I wish I could have this same exact duplicate set up across the hall and run it personally at the highest settings possible and see what it is. But try setting your render scaling to 1080 on you're talking about the global rendering quality, or no, render scaling right here. Rendering resolution. Oh yeah. What's that going to do for me? Tylenol? That's an interesting situation. I never even realized that I was still render scaling 4K. I just don't think it's going to look as good, right? On my side. Just try it. Just try it. What about 2K? That's weird that it won't go to 1920 by 1080. What number is that? 50? Because it goes 50, 55. Vinyl Rabbit says it's going to look like crap. Why would I want to do this? You might have to change the game res and not done a restart yet. But why do I want to do this? What am I trying to accomplish? More frames? Okay. It's the #1 FPS killer. I have pretty good frames though right now. I had 48 on that approach, didn't I? Do I need more than 48? You'll either be fine with it or you won't. It's true. So you're thinking I should set it to just 50, which is close to 1920 by 1080? $30? What would 30 give me? 30, ugh. Oh, 30. Oh, yeah, 30 FPS is great. Yeah. You need minimum 30, right? Although you want a buffer, though, for when you hit something weird like a VATSIM event where you have... Yeah. All right, I'm going to try to get as close to 2K at first. So 20, I think that's the closest I can get. Yeah, 60. That's a weird number, huh? All right, let's see what happens. Apply settings. Do you think I have to reboot? Let's just go to MFR again. Okay, hit ready to fly. Oh, it doesn't look, it looks fine to me. So what you're saying is we probably have a high frame rate right now. In fact, I can't tell any difference between this, but although we may need a sim restart, huh? Now you can up those other settings. Let's see, if we're getting above 50, I'll be quite happy with that change. Look at that. Look at that frame rate, guys. Do you see that? Okay, granted, that way with the trees and the mountains. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's just on the pan that it changes slightly. Wow. I think you just bumped me up, Tylenol. But an effect on FPS due to sim events are going to drop your frames below 30 even if you were at 90. Yeah. I'm surprised that this is doing this well. That's kind of crazy because I visually can't tell a difference in the plane or the ground. But can you guys? I just do not see a difference. I even have, you know, that glistening off the wing. That's impressive. That's why I said you could also try the 1080. Yeah, you're right, though. It doesn't hurt to try things, right? So general options. I don't think I need more frames than that, though, do I? All right, there's 50 on the render scaling. We're going to apply that and go back in. So now we're above 70 frames. Let's look in the cockpit. Ugh! The cockpit looks like poo-poo. Oh, it really does. It looks bad, guys. No wonder I have... And the frame rate's not that great either in here. Ooh, yuck. Ugh. I can... Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that. You're probably thinking, it looks fine to me. But no, I can tell a total difference. Let's just base it off of... see how the ND here, it's like these N1 numbers, they're blurry. Yeah. We're trying to see the difference. Yeah. So right here, let's just keep it the same position. That's 62 frames, but it's blurry, right? So now, thank you for this tip, by the way, though. This is a quick way to get extra frames. So now I'm going to bump it up to 65. And I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to resume. All right, so now it's a little bit better. Things seem a little bit better. We still got a little bit of fuzz. I could totally fly with that resolution. Yeah. I could totally fly with that. But just out of kicks and giggles, let's bump it up. General options. Camera. Or sorry, date graphics. Let's bump it up to 80. Let's see what happens. Okay, so 80. Yeah, 80 looks better. But it's still high frame rate too, right here. There's a low frame rate right there, though. Well, not low, but low-ish. Does look, it looks crisp. Yeah, crisp. So I guess there's a balance. But if I ever need a little extra frameage, that when the game is not running, what resolution are you running in Windows? When the game's not running, I'm running 4K. Yeah, I'm confused now what I should leave it on. Try changing my native resolution to 2K. The only problem with that is my streaming situation is completely, well, I guess I could just test it. Because my streaming situation is set based on the current resolutions. But yeah, I'm running at 3840 by 2160 on the Windows. You can. Oh, Arch NDA with the raid coming in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the raid coming in. We're just doing some FPS testing. We just landed here in Oregon. Took a flight from Oakland to Oregon. It was beautiful. Grandpappy Skulls, hello. Good morning, Arch NDA. So with GeForce, you can press Alt-R for FPS. I don't run I think you're talking the GeForce experience, right? Should I reload? Who here runs the GeForce experience? You have to have that, right, in order to get the Alt-R? No, this is a brand new plane that no one's ever seen before, Arch. No, this is the first time that it's ever been shown in the entire universe. This is the first time. But we've been messing around with this one setting here, render scaling, and it really is changing the frame rate situation and not losing much as far as like if there's a balance between gaining a lot of frames but yet it's still looking crisp and clean. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm getting the Phoenix day one. Yep, day one I'll get that bad boy. I'm hoping that it releases like on a Friday, but for some reason they tend to release on like early in the week, I guess, maybe to withhold the demand that takes down their servers. But I don't know. This will be their first release, right? They've never released They've never released a plane before. One of the testers flew it in Wednesday morning into LAX. I wonder when their NDA is going to be lifted.